Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Two for Tuesday, tempting Tuesday, tantalizing Tuesday, whatever you want to call it. Oh, man, it was a day yesterday. It really was. I don't know if you guys got a chance to see my lives. Put the alarm on at 5:30 and I woke up at 7. So it's so tough when it's dark, so dark this time of year, right? It really is. But it was an awesome day yesterday. Sun up to sundown. I was, busy. I got up early yesterday. You guys know I did my lives. And then, I had court. I went over to court at about 8:30. I wanted to make sure that I was there early enough because some people were going to probably show up around like 8:45 or so. And, and some people were in the lot, and we finally found one another, which was great. And we all parked up at the front. And I know I kind of covered this yesterday, so I'm not going to get into a whole lot of detail, but just everybody that showed up. Like, I can't thank everybody yesterday. I can't thank everybody enough that showed up yesterday and then supported me. We were on BEN. I don't know if I mentioned that yesterday in the live, but David Bellavia, Frank Coleman, got him on the phone like right away. And, Frank's talking to him. And, hey, good morning, Jackie. How you guys doing? Tell Mark I said hi. And we ended up, so Frank's on the phone and he's like, hey, and he's like, well, he's right here. You want to talk to him? And David Bellavia is like, yeah, I'll talk to him. So he ends up talking to me, and I thank David. David, wow, it's the first time I had an opportunity to speak with him, but just I don't know the guy, but just the way he was on the phone, he was very polite, very courteous, very attentive. It seemed like he cared. And that was good. And whether he did or didn't, at least he that is what I felt from him. So it was nice. We had law enforcement coming over to us throughout the course of the day. We had lieutenants, and we had an assistant chief of police, and who was a great guy, Robert Gould, and we had a bunch of others stopping by, just smiling, seeing what was up, thanking us for coming out. So outside, it was a complete contrast from what was going on inside. And not that the court officers were doing a bad job, they were just doing their job. And they're misinformed, just as the court clerks and all the women that work in the court clerk's office are. They've been trained and told that there is a certain way to do things. And I know people and women that work in these court clerks' offices, and the way they explain things to me, the way they do them, I'm like, well, that's not right? Like, you do know that there have been Supreme Court decisions that are rendered that say you can't extort money from people like that, and that civil asset forfeiture is wrong, right? But you have these people that are a part of that system that perpetrate this on all of us, and they continue it unknowingly, not knowing that there's a different way. And then they actually laugh about it. And I think that's the most insulting thing, is when you have a government official, whoever it is, they're paid by us. They're there to represent and serve us. And I think all too often we forget that, even us as the people in the town. I know we're not supposed to use the word citizens, but because there's a connotation, a legal connotation with the term citizens that I'm learning from Eric Jones, who Eric was instrumental and amazing, and just thank you so much to him, and Marie Rock, and Diana Hope, and Erica Case, who was involved in everything as well, and Marie Rock, Heather Lorenzo, who was huge, Diana Hope, who I already mentioned, everybody. Kim Ray, who put out the word to everybody as well. Just everybody that was a part of that, and we had 30 to 40 people there yesterday. It was just amazing, and we were all out in the parking lot. And somebody literally said to us, it looks like a tailgate. And Renee, Renee works right across the street. Good morning, Patty. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Ken. Good morning, Jen. Renee works right across the street. She took a picture, and it did. It looked like a tailgate. We had our Trump trucks. You know, Scotty was there, and Cliff showed up, and I listed all the names yesterday, so I'm not going to go through all the names again today. But you see all the cars, and we got coffee and donuts, and we got vegetable platter courtesy of Patty. Oh man, I forget who took it. But anyways, Jackie and Mark, they ended up taking the leftover donuts and coffee to the sheriff's office. So thank you so much to Jackie and Mark. And Jackie and Mark are just, they've been awesome. Like, they're new to the Patriot movement, and they are all in. Like, they are literally all in. I'm not going to tell you everything that they're doing. And some of the stuff needs to be kept a little bit private, but that is what I'm talking about. You know, you don't have to be all in. Just be somewhat in. Do one thing. Good morning, Raj. Great to see you, brother. Missed you. Just do one thing. Do whatever it is. Reach out to me. Message me. You know, it may take me a couple of days or a couple of times for you to message me. Don't be frustrated by that, because I will get back to you, and we'll find you a home and what to do. And Jackie and Mark are finding a lot of homes, and you can see that, you know. And Maria is finding a home, and all of these people that are coming together that are like, I want to do something. So, you know, they took those donuts over to, so thank you to the Erie County Sheriff's Office, so thank you. And you know what, guys, I think that's something too. You know, it was like $40, whatever. You know, I bought that stuff, but I know a lot of you guys buy pizza and wings for local law enforcement, but I think that really means a lot to those guys, especially now, you know, knowing that we're there for them and we're there supporting them. But out in the parking lot, it looked like a tailgate. So, you know, here in Buffalo, we'll bring a tailgate for anything, right? any reason to party. But how awesome would that be if we started making, school board meetings so fun, you know, that we all started tailgating at those, and court appearances so fun that we started tailgating for them, and, you know, bringing people, and town board meetings, you know, that we were able to, hey, if CNN can make the news interesting, we can make these town board meetings interesting, right? So it was fun. And, Renee got a great picture of all of us in the parking lot. I just really want to thank everybody. Law enforcement inside, they and the court clerks and the DAs, they don't know their jobs. They really don't. Like, they know the system that they were indoctrinated in and brainwashed into. They don't know how the system's actually supposed to work. And that's all too often the case. Government is set up to be by the people, for the people, of the people, and we finance it. And these government agencies, they don't see it that way. They don't see it as though we're their boss, and that they should be always mindful and cognizant of that and aware of that and responsible to us and with it. And all too often, what ends up happening in these government agencies, not with everybody, but with a number of people, and then you know how the mob rule goes, you know. People ask, well, how are so many people in this city or this town leftist or, you know, Marxist or have this ideology? Good morning, Carrie. But it's a collective, right? When you hear those same conversations over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it just gets beaten into you. And it's tough for some people to change and modify that. Then these government agencies, they weaponize themselves against us. And that's the right word, right? They terrorize us with their positions because they can. They say they have the law on their side, which they don't. But they try to do that. And they try to victimize people over and over and over again. And then they laugh about it. You know, I hear, law enforcement officers joking all the time about, what they did to somebody, or attorneys and DAs about what they did to somebody, or a court clerk that laughs about what they did to somebody, and how they try to, disqualify everything that you have. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, James. Thank you so much, Frank, for yesterday, guys. Frank did an amazing job, too. He was on video. He was marching with the flag. He did a recap video. He was one of the leaders with Eric that went into the lobby for at Cheektowaga Town Hall yesterday. So thank you, Frank, for everything that you did. But these people, it's really easy when you have a cushy government job that's a guaranteed paycheck, and you're unionized, and you're probably never going to lose that job unless you do something really, really egregious. It's just not going to happen. And you get to mistreat people day in and day out. Not only do you get to mistreat people and victimize them and extort them for money or their happiness or their well-being, but then you, as a group, you get to do it together, collectively, attacking somebody. And that's really what all this is about. It's about us being able to come together and stop that mentality that government has about attacking us. It's not right. And I met Andre Hill. We all met Andre Hill yesterday. He came out, 6'4", proud black man. He a Navy, active Navy for a long time. 2 different subs he was commissioned on. He had his Trump hat on. He came running over to us. He's like, "This is amazing." He's like, "This is great. I love this." And think about how many other Andres they are. Whatever your political affiliation or ideology is, we accept you. We don't care, liberal, Democrat. We don't care what your race is. We just want people to be able to take back what is theirs. We want them to be able to be happy in life so that they don't have to worry about crushing taxes for financing people that are sitting in court clerk's offices doing nothing. Bloated police departments, I'm not saying defund them. That's not what we're saying at all. But when you have so much money in these police departments and these government agencies that they're able to just crush us and cripple us with taxes, that's where we're at. Schools, the same thing. Schools right now, they're not teaching. Teachers are teaching for an hour or two, but those tax bills keep going up. We just want to come together. We want to be able to exist. We want to be able to be happy. We want to be able to live our lives the way we want to live our lives, free of tyranny and fascism and lockdowns and agenda-driven politics, where government feels like it's their right to rule over us. That's not their right. That's not the government's right or job to rule over us. It's not. When you go inside those offices, you see how they mistreat people every single day. Now, yesterday we had 30 or 40 people, but all of those people that came in individually, where, first you've got the court officers there that they can, try to disqualify you and, dishearten you, take your morale away in all different types of ways. Unless it's an older school guy who gets and understands, I work for this person that's walking in. Whether they rent or own, I work for that person, and that they're respectful. But sometimes they even lose the respect. So a newer person, the same thing. You'll find a newer person that they respect the fact that what their job is and what their role is. And then, yes, some people are bad, and they need to be addressed. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Joelle. Good morning, Deb. But that not everybody is bad. And then you go to the court clerk's off the desk, and yesterday I had a really good clerk who was very nice, very accommodating. But the first person, she shouldn't even have been in the court clerk's office. She's getting paid 40, 50K a year, at least, and she couldn't answer a simple question. She's like, I can't deal with this. Walks away. Oh, you're not wearing a mask, you can't come in. First disqualifier. Well, do you have all your paperwork? Next disqualifier. Well, you're going to have to pay for all these, follow-up disqualifier. And if you get it the least bit elevated because of those things, because you're frustrated because you're in there, and then they want to attack you even further. And then you've got the court officers inside the court, and you got the judge, who you hope is a good one, and then the DA, and then you got the the court recorders or whatever the hell you call them, the court clerks up there sitting. You know, and yesterday when I went in, and I think I mentioned this yesterday, they're like, oh, he doesn't have a mask. They're behind plexiglass, literally behind plexiglass, and I'm 50 feet away from them. And that's the way these people operate, because they're insulated. They think they've got a guaranteed stream of income. They totally forget that they're working for the people. And it's because we've forgotten that, and we never fought that for decades, guys, decades. We weren't together. We didn't stand united and unified. We didn't. And because we didn't, we allowed what is happening now to happen here in this state. But finally, we're coming together. And yesterday was a great day in court. You know, and so many people being there for me, but one another. And if any one of us goes through any of that, what I'm going through right now, we know that we'll be there with one another to support one another. And that's what this is all about. Like, if you want to talk about marching patriots, you know, rolling patriots, if you want to talk about Rally WNY or freedom fighters or FreeNYS.com, you know, on Facebook or on, you know, the web, or Constitutional Coalition, or even 1791 Society, the Watchmen. You know, if you want to talk about any of those things, at the core of everything that those groups are, the core is that we're together, that we come together, that, you know, we don't have to build this thing instantly. You want to make that foundation strong. You want to get those roots like an oak. You know, I worked as in landscaping and nursery for a long time. I started when I was like 12 years old, working at Murray Brothers Nurseries, and I was the guy that took the tree. We didn't have a Vermeer. Tom Murray, Skip Murray, we were the three of us were the guys that were digging like all the trees there for a while. Travis Terranova would help, and, you know, Jeff Schaefer would help a little bit, but long time, you know. I got really good at digging trees, and not sure that that's a you know, one of the things you want to have on your resume, but I was good at it. But those oaks, those trees that have those tap roots right down the middle, you know, that they extend deep down, that's what we want this group to be. You know, we want that foundation to be that foundation, that building that was built in the 1700s, and you look at it and you go, man, that building's beautiful, and it's still standing strong and stoically, because that foundation never wavered. It was built exactly the way, there was no rush job on it. It was built exactly the way it was supposed to be. And that's what this group is growing into. You know, we don't have to be, good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Nicole. Good morning, Doug. We don't have to build it fast, but we just keep building it, little bit by little bit by little bit. Like Breathe Free New York tonight, you know, in our event that we have, which I'm not going to give the location. You guys thought I was going to mess up Antifa. Pulling cars. Look at pulling cars. Look at. Can we have a conversation? Nobody else is listening. It's just me and you. That's all it is right now. Can we hug it out? Really? Because I give good hugs, or so I hear. Can we just hug it out, you and I? Can just and you can just let go of all that angst and that hate and everything that is on your chest and in your heart that makes you do the things that you do. That makes you so selfish. Good morning, Anna. Let's just hug it out. And I know a bunch of other people that would love to hug it out with you. Andre Hill, as a matter of fact, would love to hug it out with you. And then we'll start with Mark, and then we'll start hugging all the other leftists. And then maybe this thing can get better. If we got to fight, we have to fight. And we're ready for a fight. You know, in the figurative sense. You know, and the literal sense when it comes to attacking this legally and lawfully. We have all the pieces of the puzzle that are assembling and coming together. And we're strong, and we're unified, and we're united, and we're getting to know one another. And those bonds and those friendships are building. Yesterday at lunch, looking across the table, and me seeing Nick Orticelli there, and and Joe Palladino and Eric Jones, and and of course, Mark and Jackie were there, and then Bob Schnell, he came on board. He just heard it on BEN, but Jeff Capella sitting across from me, and Joe Lucchino, and it was just a great day. And you just see the collaboration and the collection of the minds. And Polly was there too. And that's what it's all about. But you just have to bring like one person in a day. I mean, that's it. Or a couple of people a day. One of the things that I did to help myself with this whole process is I got another phone that was dedicated just to the Patriot Command Center, because I do text so many people. And if that's one of the tools that you guys can use to organize your thoughts and organize exactly what it is that you want to do, whatever it is that you want to do that. You'll be astonished at what you end up getting done once you organize like that. And you're going to see how many different people you have in a day, and then you put it in your planner and you put it in your scheduler. How many people are working from home right now? How many people aren't working? They're retired or whatever the deal is. There are tens and hundreds of thousands of us, and they want to be a part of this. I can't do it all by myself, guys, but collectively, if you added one a week in a workday throughout the course of the week, that's 210 people that you would have. Now, would you need to communicate with all 210 people? Absolutely not. You're going to have your core. You'll have your core of 5 or 10 or 20, but then once all of those people start inviting people in, you go, hey, we need people on the election team that we have, on the, we need people to run for politics, these different political positions. We need people to make the phone calls. We need people to, go to Breathe Free New York events or support this patriot, or, as the Watchman, come out for somebody who is being harassed and menaced by a government agency. Eric Jones can't do it by himself either, but together, if we all bring somebody in, one person, maybe if it's just one person a week, you don't have to do it one person a day. Some will do one person a day. Others just do one person a week. Invite somebody, be aware of it, put it in your planner, and then attend everything that you can, or organize the stuff yourself if you see a deficiency. You can do that too and ask me to help. And if I can't, I'll put you in contact with somebody who can. At the end of the day, we may be in all these little groups, which is what we need, because they have to be personal. These groups have to be personal. They can't get so big that you don't know who everybody is. Or you kind of know, but you're not. That it loses the spirit and it loses the soul of the group. The people are the soul of it. And when you have those relationships with everybody, you look at them in the face and you embrace them. Don't be afraid to embrace somebody, guys. You guys see me everywhere I go. If that's you, don't be afraid to embrace somebody. Last night I gave, I can't remember her name now, but she was leaving. And from the meeting we had last night, I gave her a big hug, and she's like, oh, a hug. And she squeezed me even tighter. And she's like, I love hugs. Just give me another one. So, people need it. They need that reassurance. And even though we're in these groups and we're becoming, more confident and more together, the best thing, the biggest deficiency that I see right now, and I mentioned it yesterday, is we are not tapping into the resource that we have, which is all the equity of everybody that we have. The skill sets that you have, whatever it is that you can do, whatever it is, that whatever you bring to the table to contribute, just communicating that, believing in yourself, and then wanting to act out on it and doing it every single day. And it doesn't have to be for a lot of time. A half hour is amazing. An hour is even better. Whatever you can apply to it. Joining a group is even better. Dino, Congratulations, brother. Dino got an appointment last night. I'm going to tell everybody what it is, but he's in charge of training, so they put a great man on charge of that. And his son Drew is amazing. I was able to meet him the other day in Batavia. Huge smile, just like Dino. Tall, tall and great looking guy. So I'm so happy to have met him and to be, just be building it and growing it like that. So congratulations, Dino. Good morning, Lynn. Lynn, every day I think I need to get out to your property. Yours a guy's property, so I got to make that happen. But we do that little bit, and then we tap into that equity that is there. And we're only a small fraction of a percentage of tapping into everybody that's out there that wants to do something. They just don't know what to do. But as each of us says, hey, I'm going to talk to this person. I know this person feels this way. I'm not a part of this group yet, but I've been thinking about joining this group. I'm going to talk to Pete, or I'm going to ask Pete about what I can do to join this group, or what I can do. Or maybe I've got my own idea that I want to do something else. But a lot of these things are already in place that you can just join. And if they're not in place, I'll let you know that they're not available here. And then, hey, let's work together to build it. Just like Breathe Free New York. Breathe Free New York didn't exist. Rally WNY, it existed, but it wasn't streamlined. And Diana Hope and Jill Wilsey have done an amazing job with that. And then FreeNYS.com with John and George, what they're doing is just amazing. And Marie contributing as well. And those things didn't exist. That's that foundation I'm talking about. That's that root. That's just driven into the ground. You don't have to worry about reinventing the wheel, guys. We're inventing it. And we're utilizing all of the people that were out there, the strong people that were out there, the Taylor Zablonskis in the world, and the Erica Cases, and the Gina Gentrys, and the Orticellis, and the Jim Ostrowskis of the world, and Steve Lafano, who has 2ANYS, and the Joe Probilskis of the world, and the Gay Thompsons of the world. And if I forgot anybody that I mentioned there, I apologize. The Orticellis, I think I mentioned them. Heather Boatsenharts of the world, the Michelle Overtons of the world. All of these people that have been working Greg Soikas of the world. All of these people that have been working so hard and tirelessly and vigilantly for years and years and years and years. They've created that knowledge for us to be able to come in and step right next to them and anchor down with them. And we make that foundation even stronger. And guys, these guys, I wouldn't partner with these guys if I thought that they were politics, as usual, or if they had agendas. You guys know that. Now, are there differences? Are we always going to see eye to eye? No. But we're mature and adult enough to realize that we might not agree on everything, but we can come together and work together when it needs to happen. And, they have built that foundation. They have done the hard work. The Stefan Mihailus, the Dave DiPietros, the Russ Thompsons, the Carol Palladinos, the Joe Palladinos. Those people, the Michael Caputos. And then everybody else, the guys doing Edge of the Falls. There are so many little things that are building and building and building. If you do your part, if we all do a little bit more, and we don't lose this momentum, and we're not losing the momentum, guys. This momentum is just building and building and building. But believe that you can make a difference. Believe it. One person makes a difference. You make that difference in your network of people that you reach out to, and that you create that tight bond and that family with, and then you're doing what you're doing. Rolling Patriots, John Graff and Scott Watson, those guys. Desiree and Mike Segul with the Marching Patriots. All of these little pieces of the puzzle coming together beautifully and wonderfully. Hey, Scott Gamora, I just talked about you. And we, all of these little pieces of the puzzle coming together. There's a rally. Paula just posted about a rally that's going on in Niagara Falls. Now, I won't be able to go to that but they're doing a rolling protest in Niagara Falls. Just networking it out, what we did in Batavia. The biggest shortcoming that we have are people not believing in themselves individually that they can make a difference. And the other shortcoming is not networking the way that we need to, and us not tapping into the equity that we have individually with our skill sets. And then us not being aware of what those skill sets are amongst one another's and utilizing them in the right way. We're trying to build on this. You know what, Scott? I was mistaken. We're in East Aurora on Saturday. It's Halloween. Dress up. I want to see you. I want to see you as Captain America or something. Get those tights on. I want to see you fit into those. But Scott, if you and John, or anybody else in the group want to take a look on Rally WNY, Paula Dembski, Wolston, she put in a post about something that's going on in Niagara Falls on the boulevard. If you want to look into that, it's on Rally WNY. I asked about it. It's a little bit convoluted who's running it. Oh, you have a run in Lockport? Oh, okay, perfect. Sounds great. What time is that, Scott? Let us know here. Then that's Rolling Patriots, guys. So you guys are going to love it. If you got the big trucks, or even if you got a car, get the markers out or the soap, whatever you want to do, go old school and get it written up on your windows and roll with those guys. Get your flags going, and those guys, it's an amazing group of guys, and they're just starting to grow. And they've been doing it now for about 4 or 5 weeks on their own, and then we met up in West Seneca, and it's just building and building and building. 10:30, pull out at 11. And where are you guys meeting in Lockport, Scott? And if you want to find out that other one, Scott, for me, I'd appreciate it on Rally WNY, and then I could share that information. I know I talked to Paul, and it was just a little bit unclear. Maybe you have a little bit more time to get that information. I'd appreciate it. Oh, the dugout on Transit. All right, I play volleyball there. Horrible place to play volleyball. I shouldn't say that about a local establishment, but gets a dugout on Transit, guys. You take the 990 to where it ends. It ends at, I believe, Millersport there. You take Millersport all the way to Transit, and then you take Transit. It's on your left-hand side. There's like a brand new hotel that they built there, so they're going to meet there. You won't be able to miss them. Oh, that's awesome. Look, Scott's on top of it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, look at that. Like, boom, instant. Now I don't have to do it. Nobody else has to do it. Scott did it. And that's how buttoned up everybody is. Everybody respects one another's time. Like everybody, look at that. See? I mean, everybody respects one another's time. We know that, hey, I've got this. I've got the time. Boom, and we do it. That's how simple and quick it is. Now I don't even have to worry about that the rest of the day. Thank you for doing that for me, Scott. He proved that perfectly. He proved it perfectly right now. And that's exactly, how it's supposed to go. I'm going to miss that one, Scott, in Lockport. I do apologize, but I will see you in East Aurora. I've got playoffs, 10:30 and 11:30 on Grand Island. So I'll miss you guys, but I'll be there in spirit. And then after this weekend, I get to be with you guys. I just got to find a truck and get it all decked out. But that is a perfect example of what we can do together, guys. An absolute perfect example, because now, people are like, well, there's redundancy in the groups and we're not extending out. The hell we're not. I mean, we're extending our reach to Batavia and Dunkirk and heading out to Rochester right now. I mean, this is growing little bit by little bit by little bit by little bit. With all of the groups and everything that everybody is doing, all the fight that everybody is putting into this, all the skills that they have that they're utilizing. We didn't know the Renegades and the KIA and the Rolling Patriots 2 weeks ago, and look at it already. Scott's like, we got this. We got it. We're rolling to Batavia. We're connecting with those guys and all the individuals out there. And honestly, guys, one thing that I do want to say is this. And this is where we're really deficient as well with Batavia. Have somebody in your groups, no matter who it is, Get cards printed up. Get business cards, postcards printed up. It'll cost you less than $50. Have your name, your group's name on there. Have a point of contact, somebody's contact information, whoever that is, what you do, and some of what you've done with pictures on it. Get that stuff in. That is huge. It is very important. This way, when you're out on the street and you see somebody and somebody's asking, that's awesome. Oh, I love it, Scott. Yes, that is so cool that they're joining you guys. Oh, man. Make sure you tell them I said hi. Now it's even worse that I missed it. I can't miss it. It's like football. But tell them I said hi. I'm so happy that they're going to be there. But get those business cards printed out, guys. I love it. I love it. Whatever your group is, get them printed out. You can hand them out, give them to everybody, let them know, but make it clear on how to contact you. We need to get these text lists going. And again, it starts with me, or it starts with the Orticellis, or it starts with Jeff Capella, the Republican Committee, Greg Soika, those people, where we can funnel and channel all the different information to everybody. Diana Hope, we can funnel and channel all the information to everybody. Kristen Wolter. And then the people that are there that get that information they get it out to everybody that they need to. So now instead of one person having to take on the responsibility of everything that's going on, we're working collectively as a unit, unified as a family. And then nobody is left behind with the information and the intel. But those cards and those postcards are huge, guys. Get those for your groups so that you can hand them out to everybody. The other thing is, when we're there at these events, try as best as you can, get a notebook or a clipboard, even better, a clipboard. Get a clipboard with sheets of paper on it that everybody that's there in attendance can put their name on there. They can put their phone number, their email, and Facebook if they're on it, and get as many names on that list as you possibly can from these events. That's the biggest shortcoming and downfall that we've had with these groups and everything that we do. And then that's how we grow. We could have had tens of thousands of people by now if we would have been doing that. And we kind of do it, but it's not in a structured way. Assign somebody in your group, and a couple of people, because you really need a couple of people with all the groups that are there. Sometimes you're going to need 3 or 4 people. Get the clipboards, the metal clipboards, get the paper, and just have people put that stuff in there so that you've got it. Another way is if you have a dedicated phone to the group, which is even easier sometimes, you can tell that person, hey, this is our phone number, and you put that right on that card. Or you're talking to that person, we're trying to get everybody's information while we're there. Hey, what's your phone number? Text me this message, give me your information. We'll add you to the text list, we'll add you to the Facebook group if you're on Facebook. Either way you can do it. And you're not going to get everybody, but those people that are really interested, that want to be a part of it, and they want to come to something else, they will make the effort to get that. So business cards and postcards for every group, guys. Every single group, with instructions on what to do and how to join the groups, what the groups have done, who the points of contact are, where they can find you. The lists with everybody that are there in attendance. Get those clipboards, get those signatures, or get that one phone, that bat phone that you have, or the pimp phone, whatever you want to call it. Charlie calls me Mr. 3 Phones. Charlie. I love Charlie. I can't help it. I got to ride around with Charlie yesterday. We were in the car a little bit, and I love the bond that Charlie and I are creating. Charlie Pauline of the Watchmen, and it's really nice and special to see that. And and Bill Ruffino, and I'm not going to give names out, but the different Donnie and Andrea. Just everybody that's a part of that the family and that unit, everybody is coming together, and it's just amazing. It really is. So get those clipboards out. Make sure you've got that, and then make sure that we The other thing is the business cards. But a really, really, really big point, guys. Make sure people are educated. I know sometimes we try to hurry the marches along because we've done it. You know, we've been there and we've done it. And I see different groups that kind of fall victim to this. But you got to understand and realize that when people are there, and guys, just step up and volunteer for this stuff. At any of these marches, say, hey guys, I'll take the clipboard around. Yeah, I'll take the photo around. Like, just tell people, good morning, Adelina, how you doing, hon? I haven't seen you in forever. Great to see you. Great to see you, Kristen. Oh, we got to talk, Kristen. And hey, Deb, good morning, hon. Kristen is on the daily list. She knows it, so she knows she's getting a phone call from me at some point during the day. Awesome to see you, Adelina. I hope the family's doing well. But the best thing that we can do, what is imperative, is to make everybody there not feel like we're rushing them, not feel like we've done it 100 times before. The people who come that are new and the people who have been there over and over and over again, we have to have that exuberance and that enthusiasm every single time we're there. Because it's somebody else's first time. And we don't want to make them feel like we're just rushing along and that this is just, we've done it a million times. Nothing is worse than that. Nothing is worse than that. And you guys know that when you're there in front of somebody who's training or educating. They may have been doing it for 30 years, but when they're excited, when they're enthusiastic, when they are fresh, when they're acting like it's the first time that they were there, you know you love that person. We cannot fall into the trap of saying we've done this a million times, we just can't do that again. We need to pay attention to all these little details every single time that we're there, because that's how we'll build it, and that's how we'll get more people out at all these events. So don't take anybody for granted. You know, don't just be like, oh, this is exhausting. If it is, then you take that break, refresh, you know, reboot yourself, do it. Until you can get back and feel excited again about everything. But because we all get burnt out. All of us, everybody. Yes, even me. Even I get burnt out, believe it or not. I took a 15, maybe 30 minute, maybe 45 minute power nap yesterday. So yes, I do sleep. Even though I was with the Watchmen last night till about 12 or so, which was awesome. But it was a great meeting. It was just a really, really great meeting. And Charlie bringing everybody together, big round table, just beautiful at our location that we were at last night. And it was just awesome. You know, he did it right. And everybody came together and everybody was just sharing food and sharing stories and laughing. And man, I love that guy. Really do. He's doing such a great job. And, you know, I have so much respect for him and what he's doing and what everybody else is doing. And Kristen, you were also made... We're not going to talk about it, but we'll say something. I know I'll try to keep that. Anyways, I love working with Kristen. Kristen is amazing, and she has been a blessing to everything that I've been doing. She really is. So thank you so much, Kristen, for everything. But you got to make people feel a part of it. And then you need to let them know what to do, okay, what they can do. And again, like I say, a lot of the stuff is pushed along and hurried and rushed when we're at these things because we've done them, but people there don't know. So we can tell people, like at the rallies, you know, get a megaphone, bring drums if you want, you know, bring those drums in. Just imagine how amazing that's going to be when we get those drums at the Marching Patriots. You know, somebody who can actually, you know, can actually play the drums. I can't play. I can make the good noise. I can't do it though for real. It'd be like chink 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 chink. That would be more like what it would be with me hitting the drums. But you know, we can tell people that. You know, and even what to wear when you come out. And the most important thing, guys, is always, always, always communicate. Make sure you have checks and balances in your group, that everybody that you've met, you get their information, you add them to a text list, you add them to your Facebook group, and make your other groups, your MeWe groups, as fast as you can, guys, because they will take that page down on Facebook. And then get everybody a part of all those pages. First and foremost, get everybody and make sure everybody in your group is always communicated with. Because there is nothing worse than, because we're always like, oh, well, we have 100 people that we need to communicate. If it's just one person that didn't get a message, no, that one person is still a person. So whatever you need to do to create that phone tree to make sure nobody falls through the cracks. Because every single person they want to be communicated with. They came out for a reason. And if you forget to communicate with that one person for any reason, they're going to get disenchanted and disenfranchised. They're going to become frustrated. They're going to be like, oh man, what did I join? And that kind of sucks. And so just that's really important. But what to expect, what to do, what to bring, what to wear, what they can bring, but then also what is coming up. Always, always, always let them know at every event. That is the single biggest opportunity you have with everybody that you have that's there to say, we're here next week. And if you want to create a reply system, with your text message groups, do that so that you can kind of account for how many people are going to be there. It's actually really helpful. But you don't have to do that either. You just kind of let everybody know. You send your reminders out throughout the course of the week, like one on a Tuesday, one the day before, one the morning of, because people's lives get in the way, right? But before you leave that event, you want those people to know that they've got something else to look forward to. Nothing is worse. Nothing is worse. Yeah. So Scott, right? And this is every single administrator, Facebook administrator's biggest pet peeve, guys. If you don't know how it works within a group, you have the body of the page, which is not organized chronologically. It's not. And what ends up happening is that information gets lost. Then you have an announcements tab, which that announcements tab does not run chronologically either. What runs chronologically so that you can see what's going on is the events tab. So when you join a group, you're going to see like announcements, watch party. Who's doing a watch party in a group? Like, why is that before events? And then events, you got to scroll over to see events. Everybody wants to go to an event. I don't know who's doing these. I want to join. Maybe I don't want to join some of these groups that the watch party is a priority. But you got to scroll over to the events tab. But it is the single biggest thing that all administrators hate. They're like, why don't my people see because Facebook makes it impossible. So for anybody, make sure you let everybody know that there's you'll see announcements, you scroll over, you'll see events, you click on events, and then it pulls down, and it's going to have all of the events chronologically listed. And then I think sometimes it shows previous ones that were done, or at least there's I think another tab that you can click on to see that. And then you can be all upset about it. You're like, oh, I missed that one. That sucks. But use that as motivation to come to the next one. And but getting back to the actual rallies and protests, guys, never, ever, ever miss an opportunity to let everybody know, to feel that they're included, get their information, get those cards out to people, get those cards out to passerbys when they're stopped at a red light. And they're going, hey guys, here, take this. That's how we build it, one person at a time. One person at a time. We don't need everybody to come on board all at once. It's not easy to manage that way. One person at a time, paying attention to all the details. There is nothing worse than walking away, seeing somebody walk away from one of the events that just felt so connected and a part of a family and a part of a group. Then when you see their faces and they're walking back to their car and they just don't know what's going on, what's going to happen next. That really just, every time I see that, you guys see me, I'm like, I'm everywhere at the end. I'm trying to give hugs and I'm running over here. I'm like, I need to talk to this person, wants to interview me. And and it's like, but if we all take a little bit of a role and a responsibility in that, we won't let anybody leave thinking, well, what do I do next? Where can I go next? And not only will we not let that person fall through the cracks, wondering what they can do, because we're saying, hey, this is what's coming up, here's a card, this is where you go to. But now, here's the beautiful part. They see us, how put together and buttoned up we are with our groups, in every one of our groups. Every group should be doing this. I don't care what it is, how small you are. Every group needs to get these cards out. Every group needs to be doing the sign-up sheets, getting everybody's contact info and everything that we talked about, and then doing this and getting everybody at the end, letting them know and notifying what we're doing. Everybody has to start doing that. And you got to be cognizant of that. And that person goes out and says, man, I had such a great time. And if they leave and they don't know, they're like, man, I had such a great time. It was amazing, but I don't know how to find these guys. How bad does that suck? Opportunity missed. Complete opportunity missed. We have to take a look at every single person that is out there. I don't care if it was Mason who came out, or Gage, or Matt that was there holding the milk the entire time. We have to regard every single person as completely and utterly important. Like they are going to be a group leader, or that they're going to start a group, that they have the potential to do that. Because now instead of that person going, I don't know what to do next, they go, I'm telling 5, 10, 20 of my friends. Boom! There we go. And now we just affected a whole other group of people in a great and a positive way. Very, very important to pay attention to that, guys. It is the biggest thing that I regret through all the protesting that we've done, is not being organized and buttoned up in that way. So get those cards printed up, guys. Do whatever you've got to do to make that happen. And then get those sign-up sheets, get those text lists going, get those multiple Facebook page going, and then on MeWe as well. There was one other thing I wanted to close on, and it's kind of escaping me right now. Can't remember. Brain freeze. I need to have my protein pancakes. I gotta go shopping. I need eggs. Let's say I'm going to go shopping for like 2 weeks and then get through the day. Protein pancakes are good. They're actually good. All the protein pancakes. If you guys haven't, it sounds gross, right? I know it sounds gross. I looked at the box and I was like, whatever. They happen to be like the best pancakes you'll ever have, and they're healthy for us. Healthy. At least that's what I can tell myself. It's important. Syrup and butter. I don't know. Pete, you don't eat that. No, I eat it. My metabolism is so high. I'm fortunate that way. Oh, God, I was trying to remember what I was going to say, and it was important. But anyways, Breathe Free New York event, guys. If you want to be a part of that tonight, private message me and let me know. We'll get you involved there. As far as this weekend, Marching Patriots are this Saturday, 3:15 p.m. Dress up in costumes. I want to see you guys in costumes. Guys, if you have drums, bring your drums to that event. We're going to have candy. I think somebody's getting candy. Hopefully somebody's getting candy. I don't know exactly how it's going to go, but we'll have everything else going on. Hopefully we're going to have music. If you guys have a big speaker, bring a big speaker out, in a playlist. John put together a playlist for everybody. So, but let's make Saturday a really, really good and a fun one. Everybody getting dressed. I don't know how I'm going to dress up yet, but I'm not wearing tights. All you guys, I am not wearing tights. Nope, not happening. I'll figure something out. Go with some superhero. Why do all superheroes wear tights? What is up with that anyways? So yeah, guys, Rolling Patriots at Dugout at 10:30. They're going to be there. They're going to roll out at 11 o'clock. So that is everything that I have for now. Oh, and I'm going to close this with this. Antifa and, Black Lives Matter, you guys that are really Black Lives Matter. And just like Mark, I said earlier, pulling cars, let's just do a group hug. Let's just work together. Like, really? We're all on the same side of so many issues. Like, really, what are you doing? Oh, those guys hate gay people, or, oh, those guys hate abortion. Really? Okay. Yeah, some of us, we're not about it. We're totally against it. But there's a lot of other things that we can agree on and work towards. And I want to bet, I'm going to bet, you guys haven't closed out any of your things with a hug. How many of you need hugs? And I'm not being facetious. I'm not trying to be a douche, even though it kind of came off like that a little bit. How many of you guys need hugs? Like, seriously. How many guys I don't see any of you closing it out in hugs at all. I see you guys zapping tasers and you got your skateboards, and I don't know if you're riding your skateboards back to where you go or getting back in your cars or doing anything. But hugs feel great. You know, knowing somebody cares about you and loves you and welcomes you in and gives you a smile, it feels amazing. I don't know if any of you guys have not had those hugs in a long, long time, or your parents are, I gotta be melancholy and, I've gotta be persecuted and the martyr and everything else, You don't have to be. Let that shit go. Sorry, I said shit, guys. I said it twice now. But let it go. So many people in this group give great hugs. And don't try to come on into, so you can do whatever the hell it is that you're going to do, undermine everything. Just come on in, join us. It's fun. You get to do Halloween. You guys like to dress up. We're dressing up as superheroes in East Aurora. I know you guys think you're superheroes and you're masks and everything else, and maybe you are. Maybe history. I don't think history is going to show you guys as the heroes. I really don't. Not when you're destroying shit. Again, I said it. But if you guys need a hug, we're there. There's a big group that gives great hugs. I like giving hugs. I know you guys hate me, but I don't think I'm that bad a guy. I mean, maybe I am. I probably am. But still, I give pretty good hugs. You guys enjoy your day. You guys know I love you. Scott, you are dressing up. We're going costume shopping today. Get your ass over here. We're going costume shopping. We're both finding one together. Maybe we could go as like a dynamic duo. Maybe we could go as like SpongeBob and Patrick. Who's going to be SpongeBob? Who's going to be Patrick? Oh my God. People would... that image. Sorry, guys. Sorry to leave you guys on that one, but... I love you guys. If anything happens the rest of the day, I'll let you know. Message me about Breathe Free. We've got a great group going today. Thank you for everybody. Heather Lorenzo, she is amazing. She is. Yes, you better be there as G.I. Jane, Krista. G.I. Jane had like the tights, right? You better wear that. I'll wear tights if Kristen wears tights. If Scott wears tights, I'll wear tights. Jim, let's get Jim wearing tights. And John, oh my God, can you imagine John in tights? So anyways, I'm cracking myself up way too much here with all this imagery going on. You guys know I love you so much, man, and thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything that you guys do for me and everything that you contribute to my life, and for everybody that was there yesterday standing and supporting. And Breathe Free New York event, if you guys want to come out today, like I said, message me. We've probably got about 40 people. Heather Lorenzo will be there. Heather Lorenzo will be there, and Heather Lorenzo will get your names, and we're going to just keep building this texting list. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. Enjoy your day. I love you very much, and I look forward to seeing you guys later. Take care.